Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Learn English at Home. I'm your host, Monica.
And I'm Ethan. It's great to be with you all again.
Today we have a very interesting topic. It's something that I think everyone struggles with sometimes. We're going to talk about procrastination.
Oh, procrastination. You mean the art of putting things off until tomorrow?
Exactly. Procrastination is when you know you have something important to do, but you delay it. You decide to do something else instead, something easier or more fun.
I have to admit, Monica, I am a huge procrastinator. I am the king of I'll do it later.
Well, you're not alone. But the good news is we're also going to talk about how to manage your time better and beat procrastination. So Ethan, tell us, what kind of things do you procrastinate on?
Oh, where do I start? The biggest one for me is cleaning my apartment. I know I need to do it. It's not that difficult. But I always find excuses.
What do you do instead?
I'll decide to watch just one video on YouTube. And then one video becomes 5 videos. Or I'll just scroll through social media on my phone. Before I know it, 2 hours have passed, and I haven't done any cleaning.
Right. And how do you feel after those 2 hours?
Honestly, I feel worse. I feel guilty because I wasted my time, and my apartment is still messy. It's a bad cycle.
And it's a cycle that feeds on itself. The more you procrastinate, the more guilty you feel, which can make you want to avoid the task even more. It's a real trap.
Exactly. It feels like I'm stuck. So, if it's not laziness, what is it? Why do I do this to myself?
That's the million-dollar question. Often, it's rooted in deeper emotions. For instance, fear of failure is a big one. We worry we won't do a good job, so we avoid starting the task altogether. If you don't start, you can't fail, right?
Wow, that hits close to home. I remember having to prepare a presentation for work a few months ago. I was so worried my boss wouldn't like it. I kept putting it off, telling myself I needed to do more research.
And what happened?
I ended up doing it all the night before. It was so stressful. The presentation was okay, but I know it could have been much better if I had given myself more time. That was definitely fear of failure.
And that's a perfect example of how fear of failure links to another major cause of procrastination: perfectionism.
Perfectionism? I always thought that was a good thing. You know, like wanting to do high-quality work. Tell me about it. I tried to learn guitar a few years ago. I bought a guitar, some books, and I was really excited. But every time I tried to play a chord, and it didn't sound perfect, just like the recording, I'd get frustrated and stop. I told myself I'd practice when I had more time to. Do it right.
And is that guitar collecting dust somewhere?
It's a beautiful decoration in my living room. I haven't touched it in months. I was so focused on hitting every note perfectly from day one that I never allowed myself to just be a beginner and make mistakes. I didn't get the immediate perfect result, so I just stopped.
That's such a common story. The key is to embrace the idea of good enough. A finished project that's 80% perfect is infinitely better than a perfect project that never even gets started. And this is where we see the procrastination snowball effect. It starts with one small thing, like not practicing the guitar today. Then tomorrow, the task seems even bigger because you're a day behind. You avoid it again. Soon, that one small task has become a giant, guilt-ridden snowball rolling downhill.
Oh, that's my email inbox. I'll see an email that requires a thoughtful reply. I tell myself I'll answer it later when I can concentrate. A few days go by, and now I have 20 emails just like it. The task of clearing my inbox goes from a 10-minute job to a 3-hour nightmare. So I just open Netflix instead.
Exactly. The avoidance creates a bigger problem than the original task ever was. That's why tackling these things early is so important. And it all comes back to how you view the task in the first place. That's a very common experience. And the first thing to understand is that procrastination is not usually about being lazy.
It's not? It really feels like I'm just being lazy.
Not at all. Often, we procrastinate because the task feels too big or overwhelming. When you think, I have to clean my whole apartment, your brain sees a huge, boring project. So, it looks for something easy and fun to do instead, like watching a video.
Okay, that makes sense. It does feel like a huge job. So what's the solution?
The first solution is to make a to-do list.
I've tried making lists before. They just become a list of things I haven't done, which makes me feel even more guilty.
But here is the secret. You need to break down the big task into very, very small steps. Tiny steps.
Tiny steps?
Yes. So on your list, you don't write, clean the apartment. That's the big, scary task. Instead, you write, take out the trash.
Okay, I can do that. That takes like 1 minute.
Exactly. The next item could be, put all dirty clothes in the basket. Then, wash the dishes from breakfast. Each task should take only 5 or 10 minutes.
I see. So instead of one giant mountain, it's a series of small hills.
Perfectly said. And once you have your list of small tasks, you start with the easiest one. Take out the trash. Done. You can cross it off your list. That feeling of finishing something, even something small, gives you a little bit of energy and motivation.
A small victory.
Yes, a small victory. This creates momentum. It makes starting the next small task, like putting clothes in the basket, feel much easier.
That sounds a lot better than just looking at a messy room and not knowing where to begin.
It is. Another great tip is something called the Pomodoro technique. Have you heard of it?
Pomodoro? Like the Italian word for tomato?
That's the one! It was named after a tomato-shaped kitchen timer. The idea is simple. You choose one task to work on. You set a timer for 25 minutes, and you focus only on that one task.
So no phone, no checking emails?
No distractions at all. For 25 minutes. When the timer rings, you stop, and you take a short 5-minute break. You can stand up, stretch, get a glass of water, or check your phone.
Okay. I like the sound of a planned break.
After the break, you start another 25-minute session. This technique is powerful because 25 minutes feels manageable. You're not trying to work for 3 hours straight. You just need to focus for a short time. And to help with that snowball effect we just talked about, there's another super simple trick I love. It's called the 2-minute rule. The 2-minute rule is beautifully simple. If a task takes less than 2 minutes to complete, don't schedule it, don't put it on a list, and definitely don't say, I'll do it later. Just do it immediately, right now.
That's it? Just do it now if it's quick? That sounds almost too easy.
It really is. Think about all the tiny things that pile up in your day. Someone sends you a short text message and you think, I'll reply later. But replying takes less than 2 minutes. Do it now. You use a glass and you put it in the sink instead of the dishwasher. That's 10 seconds. Put it in the dishwasher now.
Oh, I am absolutely guilty of the text message thing. My friends send me simple questions like, are you coming to dinner on Friday? And I think, I need to check my calendar, I'll reply later. Then I forget, and suddenly it is Friday and I haven't replied to anyone.
That's so relatable. And think about this one. You come home and you take off your coat. Instead of hanging it up, you throw it over the chair. That's 15 seconds of work that becomes a pile of clothes on the chair for an entire week. Just hang up the coat. Right now. 2 minutes or less. Do it immediately.
Okay, this is embarrassing. You just described my apartment in perfect detail. The coat on the chair, the glass in the sink, the unanswered messages. But it makes so much sense. These tiny things feel too small to even think about, but they all add up and make the whole place feel chaotic.
That's exactly it. The 2-minute rule is like a filter. Every time a small task comes to you, ask yourself, does this take less than 2 minutes? If yes, stop thinking and just do it. You'll be amazed how much tidier your home, your inbox, and your mind become.
That would definitely help with my phone problem. My phone is my biggest distraction.
And that brings me to the next tip. Remove your distractions. If your phone is the problem, put it in another room when you need to focus, or turn it completely off. Make it difficult to get distracted.
That's the hardest part. But I know you're right.
It really does. And before we talk about rewards, I want to share one more technique. This one is all about your mornings. It's called Eat the Frog.
I'm sorry. Eat the what? Did you just say eat a frog?
Ha! Don't worry, it's just a metaphor. The idea comes from a saying often credited to the famous writer Mark Twain. It goes like this. If you have to eat a frog, do it first thing in the morning. And if you have to eat 2 frogs, eat the biggest one first.
Okay, so the frog is the task you are most dreading? The big, important, uncomfortable thing you keep pushing to tomorrow?
Exactly. Your frog is the most important, the most difficult, or the most dreaded task on your list. The technique says, do that task first, before you check your phone, before you check emails, before you do anything else in the morning.
So if my frog is replying to an important email I've been avoiding, I should do that before I even pour my morning coffee?
You can pour the coffee, but yes, sit down with that coffee and do the hard task first. The logic is this: your brain is freshest in the morning. Your willpower and focus are at their highest. Don't spend that precious morning energy on scrolling through your phone. Give it to your frog.
Oh, that's me every single morning. I check my phone before I even get out of bed. I spend maybe 30 minutes reading news, checking social media, and by the time I actually start my day, I already feel behind. And I haven't done anything yet.
That's so common, and you're not alone. But here's the beautiful thing about eating your frog. Once you've done that hardest task, the rest of the day genuinely feels lighter. You carry this quiet confidence with you. You think, I already did the hard thing today. And that makes every other task feel like a smaller hill to climb. It takes practice. And my final tip for you is to reward yourself.
A reward? I like that idea. What kind of reward?
It can be anything you enjoy. For example, after you finish cleaning the kitchen, you can reward yourself by watching an episode of your favorite TV show. Or maybe you eat a piece of your favorite chocolate. This helps your brain create a positive connection with finishing tasks.
Work, then reward. Okay, I can definitely do that. Wait, what's your reward, Monica? When you finish something really difficult, what do you treat yourself to?
Oh, mine is a cup of tea and a piece of dark chocolate. Very simple, I know, but it genuinely makes me happy.
That's actually perfect. Mine would honestly be an hour of guilt-free video games. No looking at my to-do list, no feeling bad about anything. Just pure, uninterrupted gaming.
Ha! That is a perfect reward. The key is that the reward feels genuinely special to you. And, very important, you do not give it to yourself early. No video games until the apartment is clean, Ethan.
You know me too well, Monica. I would 100% play the video games first and then feel too relaxed to clean anything. That's basically my Saturday.
Think about it, Ethan. If you use these strategies, you'll get your work done faster. And what does that mean?
It means I have more free time?
Exactly. More free time to do things you actually want to do without feeling guilty. What would you do with an extra hour or two every day?
That's a great question. I've been meaning to read more books to improve my English vocabulary. Or I could go for a run. I could even just relax and watch a movie without that nagging feeling that I should be doing something else.
That's the real prize. The goal of good time management isn't just to work all the time. It's to work efficiently so you can fully enjoy your life and your hobbies. And speaking of you, yes, you, listening right now, we have a little challenge for you. Think about one thing you've been putting off. Just one thing. It could be big, it could be small.
It could be calling a friend back, starting a report for work, cleaning out that one drawer in your kitchen that's been full of mystery items for 2 years. You know what I mean? We all have that drawer.
Today, when this episode finishes, take just one small step on that task. Don't try to finish everything all at once. Just begin. Reply to one email. Open the document. Take out the trash. That is all.
Because starting is always the hardest part. Once you take that first step, you create momentum. And that feeling of doing even one small thing you've been avoiding, it's made. It genuinely feels amazing. Way better than scrolling through social media for an hour, that's for sure. You've convinced me, Monica. I feel motivated now. I'm going to go home and make a to-do list for cleaning my apartment, with very, very small steps. And I'll start with just one.
That's fantastic. That's the perfect way to begin. So for all our listeners, let's quickly review the main tips. First, break down your big tasks into very small, manageable steps. Second, try the Pomodoro technique. Work for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. Third, remove distractions. And fourth, reward yourself when you're done.
This was so helpful, Monica. Thank you. I think this is going to make a real difference for me.
You're welcome, Ethan. And a big thank you to all of you for listening to Learn English at Home. We hope these tips are useful for you too.
That's all the time we have for today. Be sure to join us next week.
That's right. Next week, we'll be talking about common phrasal verbs you can use in everyday conversation. It's going to be a great one. Until then, take care.
Bye, everyone.